ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. It is 7:54 p.m. here in Florida, and it feels super weird to say that, just because dude, this is the first like evening stream that I've done in, dude, I don't know, maybe a month. I feel like, does anybody remember the last evening stream that I've done? Most of the time, the streams that I've done within the past month or 2 months have been in the afternoon, or in the early morning. But, yeah, just really haven't had much time in the evenings. And today, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna make time for a little evening stream, man. So, welcome. Yeah, we got Mando season finale. Hope you all dug it. Got Christmas coming up. As most of you know who tune into these things, there's usually no topic of discussion. We ping pong from topic to topic all the time. So whatever you guys want to talk about, man, we are all here. Caleb Null and Caleb Kemp, two of the Calebs showing up. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for the first super chats and channel supports of the stream. Caleb Null says, what's your let me know if the music is too loud too. It shows, oh, it is, definitely is. Sorry, I had my shit set up for a video game. I apologize. Is that better? All right. Caleb Null says, what's your favorite Star Wars thing you got for Christmas? Mine was last year when I got Han's dice. Literally took my breath away. Felt like I was 6. That's cool, man. Interesting. I have to really think about it for a second. You know, I remember opening up like the Power of the Force Millennium Falcon. I think it was Power of the Force. Let me look that up. Power of the Force Millennium Falcon. Here we go. Oh, of course there's some on eBay. Let's see. When did that come out? So it was Power of the Force. It's definitely the one that I had. But I do not see any kind of... Oh, 1995. Okay. I remember having the Power of the Force Millennium Falcon. It was big. Something was wrong with it, I remember. Like, one of the lights or something didn't work. But you could, like, take off the back and put all your figures in there and stuff like that. So, yeah, I was always into... My favorite Star Wars toys, man, were... Like, I had a Millennium... I think they were all Power of the Force stuff. That was my generation, you know. A Power of the Force X-Wing that you pressed R2 in the back, and it made a sound, and like, the X-Wing went into attack position. And then I had a TIE Fighter that was Power of the Force as well. And there were, like, 2 buttons on the... maybe it was on the back of it. I can't remember. But you press the button... And then, like, the wings or whatever the hell those things are called shot off like it just got blown up, you know. So I don't really know what my favorite would be, Caleb. You know, I have fond memories of Shadows of the Empire, opening up my Nintendo 64 and getting Shadows of the Empire. So if that might be my favorite Star Wars thing I've ever opened up. But that's all stuff that I had when I was a kid, you know. But nowadays, I can't really remember the last Star Wars thing I've received for Christmas. I mean, my parents, since I was a kid, my parents have always gotten me every single year a bunch of Star Wars Christmas ornaments, going back to when I was a kid. So I've always had this huge collection of Star Wars ornaments. And I did not, like, open them all up this year. I did last year, and I stuck them, like, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you might have seen it, but, like, I stacked all of my ornaments on top of each other, and it was just like a wall of Star Wars ornaments, and I think it was, like, in the 60s or 70s, count-wise, going back to the 90s, you know, Hallmark Star Wars ornaments. So, yeah, man. I don't know what my favorite would be, though. Anyway, Caleb, I appreciate that, man. Do not have any die, but yeah. Yeah, I'm really trying to think what is like a Star Wars present that I've gotten within the past 10 years or so. I mean, like, it's always goofy shit from, like, Think Geek, right? Which I don't think exists anymore. I don't know, like a Han Solo frozen in carbonite business card holder. But anyway, I appreciate that, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're getting some time off at the command. which I'm sure you are. That's something I really miss about the Navy. Our CO used to give the command the day after the Super Bowl off. There's just a lot of like really nice time off. But yeah, Caleb Kemp, thank you so much for the for the super chat. Channel Sport Man, hope you are doing well. Caleb says, hello there. So that Mando finale, huh? Yeah, that was fun as hell. I haven't done a stream since that, have I? This is the first stream that I've done since then. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Unexpected. I did not see that coming. You know, a lot of people predicted Luke. We've actually talked about it on the streams before. People thought, you know, Luke would come up, and we discussed how Luke would come into play. You know, would they recast? What would they do? What would they do? It was a really powerful moment, right? It was a really powerful moment. One that, you know, I did not expect. If you would have explained the moment to me, I would have been like, okay, cool, man. But as I was watching it, I just had this lump in my throat, like, yeah, crazy, but I loved it, man. It was great. I hope you enjoyed it too. I don't know where the hell they're going to go from here. Yeah, I really don't know where the hell they're going to go from here, right? Grogu seems to be out of the picture, at least. Yeah, guys, there's going to be spoilers here. It's Monday, man. Star Wars official accounts are posting spoilers, and this is a Star Wars channel. You can't expect the chat and myself not to be full of spoilers. I apologize, but yeah. So I have no idea where the hell they're going to go from here, right? Grogu seems to be out of the picture with the Mandalorian. So maybe it'll as I said in my video today, it'll change up maybe the episode variety a little bit, which is a good thing. Maybe it'll give Din a new goal. But yeah, man. Anyway, I appreciate that, Caleb. And Star Wars Story, thank you so much for the channel support as well. Hey, HG, sorry this isn't strictly Star Wars related, but what streaming software do you use? I'd love to stream without showing my physical self. Oh yeah, Star Wars Story. And never apologize for that, because half the time these streams we end up just talking about food for 30 minutes. So you do not have to apologize for not having a Star Wars question, man. But so the streaming software that I use, and this is the only streaming software I have ever used, it's called OBS. That's Oscar Bravo Sierra, OBS. And it's great, man. It's if you've ever used Photoshop, you can work in layers. So like, let's see. Well, here's a layer. Boom, there's a layer. That's just a video that I already had saved in this OBS layout. That's a video of me in a SH-60 Bravo Seahawk helicopter flying and zipping by the USS Doyle. That's a layer. That's a fun layer. But so yeah, it works in layers. Actually saved that video. We were doing a reminiscent stream like a couple months ago. So let me give a good example. So everything here is like on a layer. If I delete something, let me see. I'm trying to figure this out. Where is it? Light speed, stream boss. Okay, stream boss, deleting stream boss. Car. Okay, there you go. Boom, just deleted the car. Everything that you see, the car is... The car that you're looking at right there is a video, but everything else is like an image or a link to a Streamlabs overlay thing. So what you need to do, Star Wars Story, if you want to stream with a similar like layout like I'm having right now, where you're not streaming your physical self, right? Download OBS and sign up for Streamlabs. I believe OBS has a Streamlabs version. I believe there's like a version that is kind of they've merged. I'm not too sure. I haven't used that yet. But OBS is the physical software that you download, and it's super easy once you get the hang of it. And then Streamlabs is what you connect to your YouTube account, and you're able to like do things like latest super chatter or super chatter of the month, all that kind of stuff. Everything that you see basically on your screen right now. So yeah, those are the two things that I'd recommend Streamlabs, and then OBS. And you will be golden. If you have any questions, just like Google your question. There are so many people out there that have already answered it for you. But it's a really easy program, man, to get the hang of. But yeah, it's a fun world to explore. I've said this before, but this Lightspeed Lounge overlay in my Subaru Crosstrek might be like my favorite thing I've ever made on the channel. I just love it through and through, you know. Yeah, I literally sat there for maybe 10 seconds, tapping my thumb, got that footage, created the star field in After Effects, and then took a Hubble Space Telescope image of the Andromeda Galaxy. And made it, but I love it, man. Anyway, best of luck. It's fun stuff. And Splashback, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Splashback says, perfect time for me. Who's your favorite clone? I want to accommodate more viewers and stuff like that. I've always said that, you know, I want to stream more in the day, more in the afternoon and whatnot. And then I did, man. Like, for the past 2 months, I've exclusively streamed during the day and during the afternoon. Like, it feels weird streaming right now. It does. It's weird. It's weird. But okay, so yeah, yes, my favorite clone. Man, I mean, obviously Rex is at the tip top of the level of love when it comes to clones, right? But I have a huge soft spot in my heart for Domino Squad. Domino Squad. You have Heavy.
I think the prequels are the best trilogy. I enjoy the special editions. The Clone Wars is my real icon. Most importantly, a mess Star Wars fan.
Oh wait, Heavy.
I despise the fake fan argument, that is all. You like what you like.
Absolutely. Gunnar, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I have a really... give me one sec, Gunnar, and give me one sec, Tim and Splashback. Thank you guys so much. Splat and Caleb. Yeah, yes, what my favorite clone is. It's hard for me to pick.
I called it as soon as I saw the X-Wing, I knew. I think Mando will save Grogu from the Jedi Temple when Kylo Ren attacks it. Do you think we'll see Qui-Gon in the Obi-Wan series?
Tim, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. Give me one sec. Yeah, I have a real soft spot for all the Domino Squad guys, Heavy, Fives, Echo. Somebody'll remind me. Oh yeah, 99 for sure. 99 was great. But no, Domino Squad is I have a soft spot for them for a few reasons. For one, it was like one of the first arcs that I watched of the Clone Wars that I loved through and through. And for another reason is because I did not know the Clone Wars was going to humanize clones. I had no idea, man. When I first started watching the Clone Wars, I had no fucking idea what it was going to be all about. And I had no idea that they would have an arc like this. And it impacted me so much. I loved seeing these young clones basically going through like their A school, their boot camp, and seeing the camaraderie among them, and it just kind of like elevated what I had already seen of the show to another level. So, yeah, Fives, Rex, probably those two. 99 was great. Did we only see him in that arc? Or is 99... Let me see. I don't remember. Let's see. Where does he appear? I'm sure he appears. So, ARC Troopers, Clone Cadets, and the Bad Batch. Oh, okay. Oh, he's mentioned in the Bad Batch. Okay, yeah. Cool, man. I didn't... Okay. So he is basically only in that that arc. Interesting. But, yeah. Big soft spot for the Domino Squad. Anyway, man, I appreciate that. And Caleb Naw, Gooner Chiefs, Splashback, Tim, and Daniel, thank you guys so much as well. Caleb says, currently watching BG because Alex keeps talking about it on his stream. Do you have any sci-fi show recommendations? I have never watched Battlestar Galactica. I've never watched a single episode. Which, it's one of those shows, and maybe you're similar when it comes to me, but it's one of those shows that has been recommended so often to me. It's one of those shows that I've always meant to watch, and I've never just gotten around to it. It's always like stared at me through various streaming platforms over the years, and it always sounds awesome, and I know I would love it. But yeah, you would like it as a Navy guy. You would like it. Yeah, I for sure. I've been doing a rewatch of The Next Generation for really since my daughter was born, like a little over 2.5 years ago. And I've just been slowly rewatching The Next Generation since then. I just started. I think I'm only like 2 episodes away from the end of season 6, leading into the last season. It's just been a really, really slow, rewatch. Like I maybe watch 1 or 2 a month. But yeah, so if you're looking for TNG, is like it might be my all-time favorite show, man. I love it. It's a little soap opera-y at times, but it's such a smart show and a clever show. And even if an episode isn't all that exciting, there's still some pretty interesting and unique elements thrown in there. I love the kind of all over the place episodic nature. There's obviously a narrative that goes through the entire show, but each episode it's almost like its own little issue of an adventure. But yeah, so if you've never seen TNG, The Next Generation, maybe nowadays it would be a little. Certain people might not like it, but might be my all-time favorite. Another thing I would recommend is obviously Firefly. If you've never seen, there's only 1 season of that, but if you've never seen Firefly, which maybe you have, you probably have, this goes for everybody. That's your homework for tonight. Watch Firefly. It's great, man. And then watch Serenity. It's great too. I'm blanking. Oh, I started watching The Expanse. I watched the first season and then the first episode of the second season, I think. And I highly recommend what I've seen, at least, from The Expanse. I love the world building of The Expanse. You have these belters that live in the asteroid belt. It's just this really interesting, like, way they've set up the galaxy in a pretty realistic way, in my opinion. Because so many shows like TNG, for example, you get humanity. It's a very optimistic show, right? Super optimistic. Humanity solve our problems. We travel to the stars, and we are a part of a galactic community. And we worked for explanation and discovery and ingenuity and information. That's our goal, right? That the pursuit of knowledge is the humanity's goal. But yeah, it's not gonna happen. I'm a super optimistic guy, but I see the future of humanity way more like The Expanse. Did I say galaxy? I meant solar system. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking TNG, but yeah, that's definitely the future of humanity that I see, opposed to TNG, right? But I haven't gotten that far in The Expanse. Don't know anything about the books because it was a series of books first. So yeah, I've only seen the first season, but I've been wanting to check it out. But yeah, I don't really. Other than that, man, there's not much sci-fi TV that I've seen over the years. I'm sure something else will come to me. But yeah, if you haven't seen, And I've really never seen a single episode of Deep Space Nine, which is my buddy's favorite Star Trek. I've just never seen it. So I've always wanted to. There's just so much TV to catch up on, right? Just don't have enough time. I've seen a little bit of Voyager back in the day. Barely remember it. Yeah, there's so much shit that I've always wanted to watch, but just never had time. And yeah, like Caleb, when I went on deployment, I had huge ambitions to watch a bunch of shit. I filled up external hard drives with movies and shows and stuff like that. And you probably know this. Like, I would have my laptop. I'd sit in my rack or lay in my rack because you sure as shit can't sit in your rack. Maybe for the first week, I watched like an episode of The Office, and that's it. And then I just, would end up hanging out with the guys. Like I barely, watched anything unless we watched it together in the galley or something like that. But anyway, Caleb, cheers, man. Hope you like the show. Eventually I'll get around to it. And Gooner Chiefs fan 123, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. Generous super chat and channel support. Gooner says, I think the prequels are the best trilogy. I enjoy the special editions. The Clone Wars is my religion. Most importantly, I'm a Star Wars fan. I despise the fake fan argument. That is all. You like what you like. That's what it's all about, man. Like, that's why in every single one of my videos, I did like default say, hey man, you like what you like, I'll like what I like, we can all get along. I feel like I always have to say that because inevitably there's going to be like shit stirs in the comments. I can't believe you'll prefer that to the thing that I prefer. I prefer the other thing over the thing that you prefer. Cool, dude. I mean, fucking duh. Like, it is. I hate it too, man. Like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's wrapped around more than just Star Wars and headbutting among the fandom between what someone likes and doesn't like and what the other person likes and doesn't like, right? It's more than that. It goes deeper because, and this is the weirdest fucking thing, like, I get people who think just because I like TLJ that they know my politics. You know what I mean? You get some fucking dipshits like slinging around terms and labels and acronyms at people like me thinking they know my politics because I like I like a movie. You fucking losers. Like, it's so fucking dumb, man. It's this, and it goes deeper than that even. It goes to like monetization of YouTube outrage, where, people, I mean, we all know them. People just try to make enemies out of anybody that will listen just for them clicks, man. It's embarrassing. So yeah, it's exacerbated and propelled by the monetization of like faux anger, So there's a lot of it that I see as like bullshit, just trying to get revenue on YouTube. But there's also shitheads that like spend all day on Twitter just trying to poke at people. And I can't think of a sadder existence.
But I must confess, the second time I watched it with my Luke lightsaber.
Irish, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. But yeah, Gooner, it's dumb. Like, I don't get it. Like, we see, Gooner, you've been around the channel for a long time, and this is a perfect example. Like, we don't, just by your super chat there, we don't really see eye to eye on I mean, our favorite Star Wars might be completely different, right? Your favorite trilogy is the prequels. Mine's the OT. You enjoy the special editions. You know how I feel about those things. And the Clone Wars is something that I only kind of discovered and watched in 2017. But yeah, but we all fall under the same umbrella of of Star Wars fans. We're not always going to like the same thing. and that's cool, you know. I kind of want it to be that way. How boring would it be if we all just kind of everybody enjoy the same exact shit? But yeah, man. I appreciate that, Gooner. Certainly need more folks on the internet like yourself, my friend. Maybe not me, because I curse a lot, and some people seem to not like that, but I can't help it. But I appreciate that, man. Hope you're having a good holiday season. And Splashback, thank you so much once again for the channel support. Splashback says, I hope that's the end of Mando, but now we get a Bo-Katan game where they take over Mandalore. Same controls as Jedi Fallen Order, but replace Force triggers with guns. Oh, that'd be kind of cool, man. You said you hope that's the end of Mando. Yeah, a Bo-Katan game. I don't know if we'll get that, but I doubt this is the end of Mando. I think they're already starting to they're going to be filming it. But Favreau said it's going to be coming out after the Boba Fett show, so I'm sure they'll be filming it at some point in the not too distant future, right? Because the Boba Fett show comes out December of 2021, correct? I think. So yeah, definitely not the end of old Mando. But I am really curious what direction the show goes in now. I kind of like the idea, as exciting as it is, like having Grogu and the child and all that, you know, in the story. I kind of like the idea of them being like done with the child and Grogu, and that storyline being complete. I kind of like the idea of maybe a few more seasons, and you know, there's multiple goals or something like that Din is going for, right? If I had to guess, that won't be the case. I'm sure we'll see the child again, but I kind of like that as a concept, right? That storyline is done, and now Din, yeah, something else. I don't know. Yeah. I like it as a concept, but I'm sure we'll see the child again, right? But yeah,
Coming in with the last super chat. If we're staying at an hour long, but just wanted to say your last video made me see TLJ Luke in a different light, and it's gone from mate to him for me now.
Galactic, thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate that. Give me one sec. Or an hour from now, like you said. Yeah, but Splashback, my dream Star Wars game is kind of like an open world Star Wars game where you can be a man, a bounty hunter, a smuggler, whatever you want to be. It would be that being said, it would be fun as hell to have I guess a Jedi Fallen Order, an action adventure style game where you are trying to take back Mandalore, something like that, right? But yeah. I actually reinstalled Jedi Fallen Order on my Xbox. Yeah. Definitely not like SWTOR. Like Galaxies, for sure. Star Wars Galaxies. One of my all-time favorite MMOs. But anyway. And Tim Goodfella, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Damn it, I called it. As soon as I saw the X-Wing, I knew. I think Mando will save Grogu from the Jedi Temple when Kylo Ren attacks it. Do you think we'll see Qui-Gon in the Obi-Wan series? I hadn't really thought that they would go that far. Well, I guess we don't really know the exact time. Well, maybe we do. I never really considered them doing that. I mean, that's obviously a possibility. But I never really considered them doing the Jedi Temple Kylo Ren thing in Mando and saving Grogu. That's a possibility. And with all the kind of familiar faces and the twists and turns and the familiarity of this season, who the hell knows what they're going to do? I mean, they could tie things really, really close together with other material, for sure. But I kind of have a feeling that they won't do that. I don't know. That's a new concept. That's a new idea that I have not heard yet. I mean, it's possible for sure. But yeah, as soon as I saw the X-Wing 2, a part of me was like, okay, so I saw the X-Wing coming in, as we all did, and I think my heart was like, oh, that's fucking Luke. That's a Luke. Who else could it be? And my brain was going, nah, that's not Luke. My brain was like, maybe it's Ahsoka. Maybe it's blah, 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 blah. And then, but my heart was like, oh, that's Luke. And then, the confirmation when we see the green, it was just, yeah, it's impossible not to get a kick out of that, right? But, yeah. Anyway. Do I think we'll see Qui-Gon in the Obi-Wan series? No. No, I mean, definitely, I mean, his ghost? I can't imagine that. Maybe some kind of connection there. I'd be very surprised, though. I would be very surprised if that happened. But who knows, man? Like, Anakin's back. Hayden Christensen's back, rather. Who the hell knows? I mean, after the second season of The Mandalorian with so many familiar faces and whatnot, and now we know Hayden Christensen's going to be in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, who the hell knows what other kind of familiar things are going to be, directed towards us. So anything's on the table. I guess it would be kind of cool to have some kind of like
not sure
connection.
If you stream anymore before the 24th, so I wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and to a better next year. Mando was epic once more, but who would have thought a puppet could make one cry so much?
Sapity, thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate that. Cheers, man. I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, you can definitely hear that. I've been drinking out of like Nalgene bottles for years, 32-ounce Nalgene bottles. I always talk about it on the channel. I bought a Gatorade, like a squeeze bottle, the kind that they use on the football field, and dude, it is awesome. I drink a ton of water throughout the day. I mean, I probably have like 120 something ounces throughout the day. But this is yeah. Anyway, why am I talking about this? I just took a sip, that's why. Yeah. But anyway. Daniel, Oscar, Irish Viking, Star Wars Story, Galactic Greaser, and Sapity, and Brader. Thank you guys so much. Daniel says, what is your favorite Star Wars parody? Spaceballs not included. As a kid, I loved watching Hardware Wars almost as much as The Real Thing. Dude, I forgot about Hardware Wars. I remember that being stupid as shit. Actually, this is not what I was thinking of at all. I have no fucking idea what this is. I am thinking of something else. Hardware Wars came out in 1978. Fluke Starbucker is the character's name. Must learn to master the power of the farce with the help from RT Deco, Ham Salad, and the rest of the Red-Eyed Knights. This has to be British, right? It has to be British. Is it British? No, United States. This sounds very British. Weird. Yeah, I think I'm actually thinking of Thumb Wars. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of. Thumb Wars. Who came up with that idea? Or maybe Junkyard Wars? Is that another thing? No, that's not what I'm thinking of. Junkyard Wars. What is this? Scrap Heap Challenge? Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of Thumb Wars. One of the reviews says, "You'll wet yourself laughing. I promise." I don't believe you, Clint. What other bang up reviews have you done? Is this guy just a troll? Anyway, now I'm just going down a rabbit hole of some random Rotten Tomatoes reviewer. All right. Anyway. No. So my favorite parodies, man, have always been like. Oh, for one, I think the Robot Chicken Star Wars parodies. I love those so much. They kind of, if you watch my early videos, man, you can kind of see like their inspiration in a lot of my early videos. I did a lot of shit. I even used like their static effect to break up scenes, like their TV static effect, and they were a big inspiration for a lot of the early stuff in the channel. Just like these little, 30-second skits, static, another 30-second skit. So yeah, I've always really liked the Robot Chicken Star Wars parodies, and obviously Family Guy. Those are my favorite two. I haven't really seen many other ones. Like back in the day, Chad Vader, or I guess Troopers. Oh, not really a parody. Well, I guess kind of is.
I was born in 96, so I grew up with prequels and special editions.
Yeah, for sure,
My
Gooner.
youngest brother was born in 2010 and loves the sequels. All depends on the era.
Absolutely, Gooner. I appreciate that, man. Give me one sec. But yeah, so I think my favorite two, Robot Chicken, Star Wars, and I think I've seen them all, and Family Guy, Star Wars are great too. Haven't really seen too many other ones, but I mean, obviously, yeah, Spaceballs, but yeah. I actually tried to watch Spaceballs maybe 2 years ago. Not as funny as I remember, but I think maybe sometimes humor just doesn't age. Well, I take that back. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much, man. Now I see the Phantom Menace poster with Vader's shadow as a metaphor for how the past looms over Star Wars, never letting it forge a new path without old baggage. Yeah, that's an interesting way to interpret that for sure. One sec, sorry. Hold on. I'm in the cabinet above to the left.
What's up with some fans blaming Kathleen Kennedy for the bad in Star Wars but don't want to give her any credit for the good? Don't they know she's the boss of it all? I really don't get it.
A3, thank you so much. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Oscar. My wife's asking me where the blade to the food processor is, and I'm trying to explain it. And I might need to run down there because I'm tall and she's short, and I don't think she'll be able to reach it. Let me see. All right, cool. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So that's a pretty good metaphor. The looming past of Star Wars, not letting it, I guess, move on. But I also, Oscar, that has turned into one of my favorite, like, movie posters. Ever. I think it's, despite the movies, maybe not hitting me, not living up to people's expectations at the time, that poster is powerful. I think it's always been a really, really powerful poster, And yeah, you could interpret it that way for sure. Oscar says, the Phantom Menace poster with Vader's shadow as a metaphor for how the past looms over Star Wars, never letting it forge a new path without old baggage, for sure. And we've seen that with a lot of, the Mandalorian Season 2, right? As much as I loved it, a lot of it was, the second season was the familiar, taking it, Taking it in a familiar direction when it comes to character. I mean, what familiar faces did we see? Boba Fett. Fennec doesn't count. That's a, it's a Mandalorian character. Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka, Luke Skywalker. 4 familiar characters in 8 episodes. 50% of the show, we got a new character that we've known before.
Last several streams, so I wanted to make up for that. Hoping to become a patron next year. Always enjoyed your thoughts on SW and sense of humor. Merry Christmas.
Cheers, Decaf Coffee. I greatly appreciate that, man. Give me one sec. Yeah, shit. I can't remember what I was saying. But anyway, Oscar, I appreciate that, man. The Irish Viking Star Wars Story, Galactic Greaser, Sapity, Braider, Gooner, Benjamin B, Mimi, A3, and Decaf Coffee. Thank you guys so much. Irish says, I wasn't crazy about the CGI on Luke's face, but I must confess, the second time I watched it with my Luke lightsaber. Nice, man. Yeah, it's funny because you bring it up and people are like, why can't you just it's a glaring thing that the technology, it's just not there yet. It's fine. It's fine to say that. It's fine to say, hey man, the technology is just not quite there yet. As I said in my video, if it was just a still image, it would probably be a lot more convincing. But, yeah, it's, and watching it, I was able to look past, the CG. I was able to look past, what everybody calls the biggest cliche you hear. The phrase that you hear around all this stuff, the uncanny valley. I was able to look past all of that and just appreciate the narrative and what was happening. I was able to look past it for sure. I did not. I watched it a second time. I didn't watch it with my lightsaber, but I did take a picture of. Maybe you saw it on Twitter. A Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi ornament on my tree. And then I took a dumb video of myself changing the color of my office LED lights to green. But yeah, anyway. I appreciate that, Irish. It was exciting for sure. And Star Wars Story, thank you so much as well. Star Wars Story says, Rogue One and Mando shows how much Luke and Vader held back during their duels. If I wanted to send a digital gift, would your YouTube channel email suffice? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to email me anything. Yeah, you'll find it on there. But I guess that's an interesting way to look at it. Obviously, the reason you could say that they held back, but that would definitely be kind of a modern interpretation of that scene, right? Back in the day. Oh, one sec.
To see Luke's appearance with my mom. She got me into Star Wars when I was 4 or 5 by buying me the 1995 Empire Strikes Back VHS, and the tape played until it played no more.
Hell yeah, Matt. Those are sitting in my drawer right next to me, man. They have been with me since then. But give me one sec. Yeah, that interpretation of that those, the duels in the OT with that modern interpretation, right? In reality, like the Empire Strikes Back duel and stuff like that, for the time, I still love it. It's my favorite lightsaber fight is Return of the Jedi. Just because to me a lightsaber fight, it's just that lightsaber fight is more than just a ballet, But yeah, I don't even know how to put this Star Wars Story, but yeah, you can say that they were holding back during their duels, but in reality, it was just like that's the way those they did not have the context of modern Star Wars. And that's just how they filmed it, right? But yeah, man, feel free to email me, whatever it is you wanted to email me. But, yeah, yeah, that answers a question that maybe somebody was thinking. Favorite lightsaber fight of all time? Return of the Jedi. Emperor, Luke, Vader, that turmoil. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Lightsaber fights are more than just flippies. More than just super fast. That's a powerful, powerful lightsaber fight. Anyway, I appreciate that story. And Galactic Greaser, thank you so much as well. Coming in with the last super chat if we're staying at an hour, LOL. But just wanted to say your last video made me see TLJ Luke in a different light, and it's gone from meh to for me now. Interesting. That's cool, man. Like, I'm not here to try to convince anybody, you know, but that's cool that you maybe see it in a different way. I made a few videos like that. Like in the past, I feel like the week after TLJ came out, I made a video like everything you think is important is not important or something like that. I've made a bunch of videos, not a bunch, maybe like 5 videos over the past 3 years that are similar in tone and whatnot. So yeah, it's weird to me. You know, this is the Luke Skywalker that we wanted. Cool, man. Like, as I said in my video, if every single fucking example of Luke Skywalker was swinging for the fences against robots and like always being this like, dude, it's the reason that people are bored with Superman. Superman is my all-time favorite superhero. He's always a do-gooder in my eyes. I don't like modern Superman because it changes him too much. So I guess I get it. I don't see it as a change. I see it as like a character evolution. I see it as like a turmoil. And as I said in my video today, I see it as, you know, a loss of faith and a worldview. And God damn it, if you've lived enough years, you probably have lost a little bit of respect for a worldview maybe you once had, right? So I see it as a pretty natural character progression. I don't want my characters to be statues that are forever like molded into one form. I want the characters to kind of represent reality and ebb and flow and have hardships and loss of faith and, you know, rebirth and coming around to their senses. It's so, and for whatever reason, people only recognize one side of Luke and TLJ, right? They don't see that rebirth. They don't see that rebound for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because the internet has fucking just pounded it with a hammer into people's heads. Luke Skywalker tried to kill Kylo. No, he didn't, man. You're listening to one side of the story. There's 3 sides of the stories. This is an interesting and kind of a deep narrative going on. But yeah, I'm a real big, I've been a fan of TLJ Luke since I watched the movie. I talked about it as one of like the biggest things that I liked about the movie in my first review, you know. It's one thing that I find the most interesting and unique about the movie. And yeah, you don't have to like it, but I'll defend it. And like, you know what I mean? So I'm glad you maybe got something out of it there, Galactic. Not to mention, is that not the best performance that we've gotten? I think in the entire saga. Mark Hamill, who, I mean, who, in the grand scheme of things, maybe he's not the most, especially in the OT, right? In the OT, he's not the most, like, what's the word I'm trying to look for? He's not, as it was most of the OT cast, right? They're not the most trained actors and whatnot, but dude, Mark Hamill, 2017, The Last Jedi, is, I think it is the best performance in the saga, with a close second maybe from Adam Driver. But yeah, man. Anyway, cheers, Galactic. Yeah. And Sapity, thank you so much for the channel support as well. Not sure if you plan to stream anymore before the 24th, so I wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and to a better next year. Mando was epic once more, but who would have thought a puppet could make one cry so much? Yeah, like, yeah, it was rough. It was good, but happy endings, at least for now. Who knows? Yeah. Who knows where they're going from here, man. I don't know where they're going. But yeah, I don't know if I'll stream anymore until Christmas. Like you said, tomorrow is... Well, let's see. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Then we got Wednesday and Thursday. Christmas is on Friday, right? Yeah, Friday. Definitely not going to stream on the 24th. I might end up streaming on Wednesday. But, yeah, man. Sapity. Really looking forward to Christmas this year. Like, my daughter is a little over 2.5 years old. She is into it. Dude, she is into it. Like, it's made it... in my brain, I'm like, oh, Christmas sucks until you have a kid. Like, that's what I keep thinking in my head. Like, oh, every other Christmas before this in the 34 years of my life has been shit compared to this. It's awesome, man. Like, we're doing Elf on the Shelf. She gets super excited to look for her elf, which she named... Well, she wanted to name the elf Poop. And we said, no, we can't name the elf Poop. So she decided to name the elf Apple Juice. We said, how about Apple? So our elf is named Apple. Yeah, we hide her every night. She wakes up super excited to find her. And like, her favorite movie, it's weird, I never would have guessed it, but Elf with Will Ferrell. She's probably, in the past week, I've just kind of put it on, like when we're eating dinner or something like that, and she will watch it. When I'm making dinner or something like that, she'll, I'll put Elf on, and she loves it, man. She's cracking up at, Buddy the Elf. It's cool, man. It's really neat, but, yeah, can't wait. We got her, like, a big Power Wheels car, which she's gonna love. We got her, like, a big dollhouse and a big Hot Wheels track. She, she really likes making ramps out of like our couch cushion for Hot Wheel cars or cardboard. She'll make ramps out of cardboard or stuff like that. So we got her actual Hot Wheels track, which will be really cool. She'll like that. And a bunch of other stuff too. Kind of went overboard, but you're only 2.5 once, right? So spoil your kid. Anyway, I appreciate that, Sapity. Cheers, man. I'll probably stream one more time before Christmas, but we shall see. And Brader, thank you so much for the channel support as well, man. What did I just do? Okay, there we go. I thought I just accidentally stopped streaming. There we go. Brader, it's kind of obvious all this Star Wars content will be great, but in a way, turning into the MCU, everything has to be connected. A KOTOR era series, please. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I actually am a little worried about. I don't want everything to feel or need to be connected. You know what I mean? The MCU, those movies kind of got formulaic to me. That's why I haven't really seen very many in the past few years. Like, I saw Black Panther, and other than that, man, like, I let me look this up. Marvel movies. So this might surprise you that I'm gonna look at a list of ones that why the hell are there only 6 on this list? Oh my god. Oh, here we go. Marvel movies. So I have not seen very many. I have not seen... Okay, I'll go for the ones that are already out. I have not seen Far From Home. I have not seen Endgame. I have not seen Captain Marvel. I have not seen Ant-Man and the Wasp. I have not seen Infinity War. I have not seen Ragnarok. I have not seen Homecoming. I have not seen Age of Ultron. Is that the one with the purple guy? No. That's Infinity War. So yeah, so it looks like around the time that Homecoming and Ragnarok came out is when I just kind of stopped watching Marvel movies. They just got kind of formulaic to me, man. My favorite Marvel movie is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I don't know, that had a really interesting narrative. I thought it was more interesting than most of the other ones that I've seen. Yeah, they just, to me at least, they kind of got formulaic, and they started feeling so similar to one another. And I'm not a big fan of like these giant ensemble movies like the Avengers. It always feels like we can't spend enough time with characters, and maybe I just need to unbuckle and have some goddamn fun, right? But they just get a little too formulaic for me, and I don't go out of my way to watch them, But that's just me. I've seen the first Ant-Man. That's the only one. But yeah, so where was that? Brader. Yeah, I was a little worried. I don't really want. Yeah, we'll see. Like the whole Marvel, a ton of stuff to kind of be the future of Star Wars. But it seems that way, man. We just got like 10 shows announced in a movie. Hopefully it's all spaced out. Hopefully it's, my biggest issue is like, I want it, as I said with Marvel, I really want all these Star Wars projects to feel very different from one another, like if everything's kind of feels tonally the same or looks the same and it all kind of runs together, it's just not interesting to me, so hopefully it can be, they can all feel different from one another, But yeah, Darth. My buddy actually has recommended Ragnarok a lot. He said I would like that compared to everything else that's relatively new, But anyway, I appreciate that, Brader. KOTOR era series, please. You never know. They seem to be throwing out a lot of ideas. So eventually, I'm sure they'll do something around that era. Give me 1 sec, guys. I got Gooner, I got Ben, I got Mimi, I got A3, I got Decaf Coffee, I got Matt Guy, I got Christopher Standard Time, I got Scruffy Nerf Herder. Give me 1 sec, guys. My back teeth are floating. I am going to, if you give me like literally 30 seconds, I will be back. Let's turn it on a tune that I've really been into for these streams lately, shall we? BRB. All right, guys. Thanks for waiting. I appreciate that. Where was I? All right, cool. Let me get my train of thought back. Gooner Chiefs fan 123, thank you so much, man. Gooner says, one more thing. It really depends on your era. I was born in 96, so I grew up with the prequels and special editions. My youngest brother was born in 2010 and loves the sequels. All depends on the era. That is everything, man. The Star Wars that you grew up with, and I'm glad you brought this up because it's true as hell. The Star Wars that you grew up with is the Star Wars that generally you will love, you will defend, and that will be your Star Wars. And I give the example of this channel, often when this comes up. When I first started the channel in 2011, it was ridiculously hard to find any positive comments about the prequels in 2011 on this channel. I mean, it was maybe less than 1%. And then I would say around 2016, 2017, into 2018, maybe around the time that the second Battlefront came out or something like that, there was this wave of prequel and Clone Wars fans that started just hopping on the internet. And I attribute that to, like, as you said, kids who grew up with the prequels, loved the prequels. They grew up, they started having a voice on the internet, and they started defending what they loved in a sea of people that have existed on the internet for a very long time, shitting all over what they loved, right? So it was like these new voices coming into a community. And I have no doubt that is kind of the generational ebb and flow of Star Wars that we will always see, right? My Star Wars is better. No, my Star Wars is better. The Star Wars that I liked when I was a kid is the best Star Wars. The new Star Wars sucks. It's not like the Star Wars that I grew up with as a kid. It's not like that. My Star Wars was brilliant. It's stupid, right? But yeah, you're right, man. It's all when you were born. And what's really cool is that we can actually say that, right? Star Wars is 40 plus years old, man. How crazy is that? We can actually say that it all depends on when you were born, what Star Wars you like. It's just kind of a cool, I mean, there's other franchises that kind of have the longevity of Star Wars, sure. But, it's just different, right? Anyway. I appreciate that, Gooner. And Benjamin B, thank you so much, man. Ben says, apologies if this was already said. Reports coming out of a Luke Skywalker live action show in development, recasting a different actor. Thoughts? I would be very surprised. I mean, I am the most skeptical son of a bitch out there when it comes to Star Wars news and rumors and whatnot, because basically, as I said, I've had this channel since 2011, almost 10 years. I have literally seen thousands of rumors come and go. Most of them fizzle out to nothing, So, it could be, with all the announcements of new shows, it wouldn't surprise me, but I don't put much validity or faith in the rumor machine when it comes to that stuff. But could be. Casting a different actor would definitely be the way to go, right? Just because I don't want CGI face Luke to be in like 8 episodes of something. So they would have to do that. That being said, I would, man, I'm a broken record with this stuff, but I would rather them focus on the new, and especially with all the familiar things coming out, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka show, Cassian Andor, the Acolyte. I'm sure we'll have somebody familiar, but maybe not. It's High Republic, right? But maybe Yoda. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know, man. Not something that I would really care for. I kind of like I don't know. It's not really something that I would really care for whatever reason. I don't know. Just feel a little weird, right? But yeah, maybe the reports are true, but if history is our guide, you know, we should always take all of that with the biggest heaping spoonful of salt you can ever take. But anyway, I appreciate that, Ben. And Mimi, thank you so much for the channel support as well. Glad Ahsoka and Boba are getting their own shows, so they are out of the way in Mando, and we'll let the show breathe a little bit. Also, happy holidays. Right back at you, man. I mean, I guess that MCU example rings true, right? It's like they were just in here to kind of set their own stuff up, which I don't know. Like, I could totally see this grand scale plan with like so many different connecting shows and characters and stuff like that. I can see that. But if I was like working on the Mandalorian and like that was my baby and I just wanted to invest in these characters and stuff like that, and granted, you know, Filoni, Favreau, you know, they've worked basically with all these characters that they brought in the show, but you know, I would feel like I don't want to bring all these familiar faces in. I kind of want to stick to my baby, you know. But I need more water now. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't really, as I've said before, I don't have the gene that goes, oh my god, that character's back. Oh my god, that character's in the show. I don't have that gene. I don't really get that level of excitement. Now, if it's something like a Luke at the end where it didn't feel like some kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It didn't feel like one of those moments of to me, it made sense. It made sense with the lack of Jedi, you know, in the galaxy. It made sense to me. But yes, overall, Mimi, I'm with you, man. Ahsoka and Boba own shows, and hopefully now Mando can breathe. But who knows? Maybe season 3 will have a bunch of familiar faces too, just to announce new shows. But anyway, I appreciate that, man. And backdoor pilots, that's true, Nat. A3, thank you so much as well. What's up with some fans blaming Kathleen Kennedy for the bad in Star Wars, but don't want to give her any credit for the good? Don't they know she's the boss of it all? I really don't get it. I mean, it's the head of the snake, right, man? And everybody blames whatever they don't like, whether it be in politics, whether it be in art, whether it be in fucking grocery store chain, whatever it is, everybody Tesla, cars, everybody blames the head of the snake. That's just the way it is. So, you know, the Kathleen Kennedy stuff is one of the weirdest fucking things that I see online. Like, people for 3 years have been pumping out dipshit videos saying she's gonna be fired next month. At what point do you stop listening to these goons? I mean, like, hey, you're being had. Hey, you're being used for ad revenue. Did you know that, viewer? Or do you not care? Oh, she's getting fired next December of 2017. January 2018. Cool, man. Like, it's so stupid. It's embarrassing. Like, I understand that. I kind of understand why people make it. Just, you know, ad revenue, views. The salacious bullshit, make it up as you go kind of stuff dominates YouTube, man. And so I get it from like a financial perspective, I guess, if you're kind of a scumbag. But I don't understand how people continue to like watch and read this stuff. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's super weird. But yeah, I don't know, A3. I really don't know. It's an easy scapegoat. Things are way more complicated than people make it out to be. We're basically living in the world of YouTube National Enquirer, like salacious headlines. You just kind of got to steer clear of it, right? To me, like, I'm here. I'm just some random guy. I'm a dad. I like Star Wars. I like talking about what I don't like and do like about Star Wars, and I have zero desire to get into like some weird fucking National Enquirer level culture war dipshit battle on the internet with other YouTubers. I cannot think of a bigger waste of time and a lame fucking thing to do as a human being. So, but hey, that's just me. I was about to post a picture today. I was editing what I was going to say. I'm starting firefighter, going to the fire academy early January. My giant EMT book came in. So you guys probably will see less videos, but maybe a little more streams. Can't really predict how... I can't really predict how it's going to go. I can't really predict how it's going to go with the channel, but... I'm not going anywhere. It's just going to be probably less videos. So it's not really going to be that big of a change. I upload like once a week normally, you know, when it's not Mandalorian time. But, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, some changes are coming probably. And Decaf Coffee, thank you so much for the channel support, man. Where did it go? Decaf says, I missed your last several streams, so I wanted to make up for that. Hoping to become a patron next year. Always enjoyed your thoughts on Star Wars and sense of humor. Merry Christmas. Right back at you, man. Right back at you. Merry Christmas as well. Then no reason to apologize. I haven't really been doing mini streams lately anyway, Decaf. Yeah, I feel like this is the first evening stream, and I asked this question earlier. I feel like this is the first evening stream that I've done in like 2 months. I could be wrong, but that's what it feels like. So it feels kind of good to just do these later streams, or do this late stream. I've kind of forgot what it feels like to do these late night streams. Late night is 9:07, right? But cheers, man. Over Patreon, Decaf, if you're looking to support on a monthly basis, I would just recommend joining the fleet right here on YouTube. You know, you get a special role in the Discord server, and you know, you get a little icon next to your name in the chat. But yeah, Patreon, I haven't really been able to do much lately, and I wish I could transfer all those folks over here so they can at least get a little icon next to the name in the chat, but alas, they are two separate systems. But anyway, Decaf, man, I appreciate that generous super chat, and Merry Christmas right back at you. Nice, LK. Yeah, so it was my original plan when I got out of the Navy. And I actually, like, right out of the Navy, I kind of landed a really great graphic design job. And I worked for a company for like almost 3 years, I think. And it went really well. And in that time, I started the channel, and I started like building up a freelance like photography portfolio, getting a bunch of clients, and that's basically what I've been doing since I got out of the military. And now, you know, this has always been a goal of mine. I've always wanted to do it, you know, the firefighter route. And I'm almost 35, and I feel like if I don't pursue that, I'm going to be that old fucker who regrets not pursuing that goal that he wanted to do, you know? So, here I am, using the GI Bill, pursuing something that I've wanted to pursue for 10 years, finally getting around to doing it. Should have done it a long time ago, but I can't wait, man. Cannot wait. Yeah, man. Matt Guy, thank you so much for the channel support. Matt Guy says, I loved that I got to see Luke's appearance with my mom. She got me into Star Wars when I was 4 or 5. by buying me the 1995 Empire Strikes Back VHS, and that tape played until it played no more. Nice, man. Yeah, like I said, I literally have the VHS box set in my top right drawer. I don't know if you can hear it. You hear that? Sound of some VHS tapes. You know, it has the appeal of Star Wars is gone, blah, 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 blah. The little verbiage on the back from George Lucas. These tapes, I'm assuming they still work. I have not played them in so long, and I honestly don't know if I would want to try to play them. I feel like as soon as I put them in the machine, they would just get eaten up, right? But yeah, man, that's awesome. I'm glad you got to experience that with your mom. You know, that's one of the coolest things about Star Wars is the generational thing. You know, I think as you get older, you kind of mellow out. And you know, the things that you don't really care for certainly mellow out, especially when you have a kid. Like, you're excited to experience their new generation of Star Wars right alongside them. At least I would be. So you get to experience Star Wars like you did with your mom, and maybe in the future you'll get to experience it with your kid in the future. You know, yeah, I can't wait, man. I can wait. I don't want her to grow up, but my daughter, 2.5 years old, like, she's finally getting into like movies and stuff like that. The extent that a 2.5, almost 3-year-old can. Yeah, it'll be really fun to experience the saga with her through her eyes, you know, as I'm sure it was fun for your mom to experience the at that time the OT through your eyes, kind of just a new perspective, a fun fun way to kind of experience the trilogy again, right? But hell yeah, Matt. Cheers, man. I should make a video about this box set. I have never made a video about this box set. I don't think it's ever appeared in one of my videos, to tell you the truth. This box set, man, is like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a really, really simple, short video about this Star Wars trilogy box set from 1995, pre-special edition. That'd be a fun video, the history of it. Yeah, hell yeah. What about the box set where Luke has a green light? The CBS ones? Let me see. VHS Star Wars box set. Is that the one you're talking about? I've never seen a Star Wars movie. I'm in my mid-30s. Just search live stream. I'm bored. Dude, I love that. That might be I don't know why I love that so much. You know, random channel finding it, shooting the shit. I dig that, man. Welcome. Go watch a Star Wars movie, damn it. That's cool, man. But yeah. Where did it go? Let me scroll down. Christopher Standard Time, Scruffy Nerf Herder, Caleb Kemp, Fluffy Toaster, Aaron, and Nuka Cola and Brad. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for the channel supports. Christopher Standard Time says, been following a while. Thanks for being one of the more sensible Star Wars channels. Merry holiday to you and your family, HG. Stay safe and healthy. I appreciate that, Chris. As I've always said, I'm just some random dude on the internet who decided to start talking about Star Wars and talk about what I like, what I don't like. No agenda. Don't want to try to convince anybody of anything. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's always been all about, right? So I really appreciate that, Chris. Yeah, thanks for tuning in for a while. The channel has ebbed and flowed over the years quite a bit, right? But I've seen a lot, being in the YouTube Star Wars game for the past 10 years, I've seen a lot of, like, you know, shit come and go. A lot of, like, reactionary rage bait come and go over the past 10 years. I've seen a lot of rumors come and go over the past 10 years, and it's been fun to just kind of like be this consistent observer, you know, this observer over the past 10 years of not only Star Wars, but of the fandom. It's been a really interesting study, I suppose. But right back at you, Chris. Have a great Christmas. Have a good holiday season. Yeah, man, cheers. We shall stay safe and healthy. I feel like I'm the only one from our gen who hasn't seen any. I get it. I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with not watching them. Don't let anybody tell you that, you know. They're pretty fun though, man. I would start with the original trilogy if you've never seen them. The ones with Darth Vader in the Darth Vader suit, and Han Solo and Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia, Chewbacca, those ones. Yeah, you might dig them. Anyway. And Scruffy Nerfherder, thank you so much, man. Scruffy says, Merry Christmas, HG. Really enjoyed Mando, Luke included. Didn't mind the character inclusions from the past connecting with Mando and Grogu's journey. Ragnarok is great, by the way. Yeah, Scruffy, as I said earlier, Ragnarok is the one in my group of friends that really dig those movies. Is the one that my buddy said I would like the most out of all the new Marvel movies. So yeah, and maybe I'll watch that. I think my wife wants to watch them more than I do. Like, and the thing, our time is so limited when it comes to. It's about to be way more limited, but like it's so limited with our kid and work and everything, and about to be school in January, that when we sit down to watch a movie, it's usually something that like we really, really want to see. I can't think of the last movie that we watched just like on a whim, like, oh, this looks good. We never scroll through Netflix. We always like have a purpose when we want to watch something. So yeah, it might be a while until I see Ragnarok, but yeah, the character inclusions I thought were handled as good as they could be. I like the only reason Boba Fett. I feel like the only reason Boba Fett showed up in the show was to announce a Boba Fett show. I mean, it could have been any character, right? I mean, I guess it was cool. There was a few clever lines of dialogue, but overall, like, I mean, I guess he helped him get the child back, but like, it could have been another character, a lot of the character inclusions could have been another character. Yeah, I don't know. It was handled as well as it could have been. Would I have preferred them not have any character inclusions rather? Yes, I would have. But that being said, it was handled decently. I mean, I think it would have been really neat to the only character inclusion, the only familiar face that we see would be like Luke Skywalker. How cool would that would have been? I think that would have been really neat and maybe more powerful because, the second season had 8 episodes, and of those, 4 of them introduced a familiar face. 50% of them showed us a character that we've already seen, which was not the case with the first season. It was all new. So it would have been really neat to have like just Luke Skywalker show up at the end. Pretty powerful, right? But we gotta create new shows. I don't know. Anyway, Scruffy, as good as it could have been handled, right? And I liked Luke. That was pretty powerful, man. The timelines line up. It's a fun inclusion for sure. Oh, it's the 90s mall song, man. But I appreciate that, Scruffy. And Caleb Kemp, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. That break was over 30 seconds. You lied to us. I apologize. That was like 45 minutes ago now, wasn't it? Something like that. Just water out of a Gatorade squeeze bottle. Yeah, I apologize. I went to the bathroom, stretched the legs, texted my buddies back. We're in a group text, and that's how it goes. I apologize, Caleb, but it will not happen again. But yeah. And Fluffy Toaster 427. Fluffy says, speaking of old days, Yoda Yodel came up on my playlist mid-workout yesterday, and it took me back about 5-6 years. LOL. Happy holidays, dude. Oh, yeah. I completely forgot. I haven't used... Yeah, I mean, you're right about the timeline. 5 or 6 years ago. I haven't used the Far, Far Away album in a very long time. Yoda. Yodel. That was great. That was great. That was a great music. I'm going to post a link to that. I haven't thought about Far, Far Away album in a long time, Fluffy. Far, Far Away album. So maybe some people are new to the channel. I used to use this music non-stop. Yeah, they were, Fluffy, for sure. It's great. So, yeah, I just posted a link to a Bandcamp site. Go check it out. These are all great songs. I think my favorite was Han and Leia by Jeesh, number 10 on the list. But they are great songs, man. And I used to like exclusively use these tunes on the channel. I mean, the album was created in 2012, and I probably started using it around then, maybe 2012, 2013. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna listen to this stuff. I haven't listened to this stuff in ages. But anyway, right back at you, man. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Have a good one. A little shot of nostalgia here. But yeah, anyway. Cheers, man. And Aaron, I can't remember how to Aaron Bulia? Bulu. I know you phonetically spelled it for me before. I can't remember. I'm at a brain fart. Aaron says, congrats on your Jaguars and the driver's seat for the #1 pick. Whee! Yeah, Aaron, I had this thought the other day. Actually, yesterday, the Jags were playing, and my wife like looked at her phone or something, and she just said like, "Oh, the Jags are losing," sarcastically, like, "Duh." And I had this thought, like, I haven't paid attention to football in like 2 months. I feel like yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for the congratulations. We will blow the pick, and it will make no difference. It will make no difference. And yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, I've always followed the Jags. I used to have season tickets for 5 years. But this is the first season where I don't give a shit. Like, after the first few games, after it was just, I just don't care. I have zero desire to sit down and watch the Jacksonville Jaguars. Zero desire. Yeah, which is rare. Even in our losing seasons, I always sit down and watch them every Sunday. But this is beyond a losing season. We've won 1 game. It's just, I just don't care anymore. But cheers, Aaron. I appreciate that, man. Maybe next season. That's what we always say. Maybe next season. Well, the problem is this. The problem is that. I don't know. They suck. And every few years, like when we get a new QB, the city goes crazy. Everybody's super hopeful. Every new quarterback is going to be the savior, and it always just fizzles. At least Minshew, it was fun, fun. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, Nuka-Cola Dog, thank you so much, man. What is the spin-off talking about? What is the spin-off talking about? What do you mean, Nuka? What is the spin-off talking about? Spin-off talking about? Like the spin-off movies? Or the shows? Is that what you mean? Like, oh, so if that's what you're talking about, so I don't know if you heard or not, but you know, obviously they announced a ton of new Star Wars projects, and some of them are like spin-offs of familiar faces or you know, characters that were reintroduced in the Mandalorian, like you know, Ahsoka, Boba Fett's getting his own show. Ahsoka's getting her own show. You know, what is it? The Rangers of the New Republic? Is that one? Is that what one's called? So there's a bunch of shows that are kind of, I guess you could consider them spin-offs of the Mandalorian, or spin-offs of other things. But yeah, so that's what we were talking about, man. How like some of these characters were introduced in the second season of The Mandalorian, and now they're getting their own show, right? The New York Rangers of the New Republic. What's up, Chris? But yeah, I appreciate that, Nuka. And Bradfully42, thank you so much for coming in with the final super chat and channel support of the stream, man. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Brad says, first stream I've been able to catch in ages, LOL. Not sure if you're still here. You know how long-winded I am, man. But I appreciate the hell out of that. Yeah, I haven't really done... I mean, there's a reason, you know, that you haven't been around. It's because I haven't just been streaming in the evenings. Like, my streaming schedule has basically been, like, 8 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, sometimes, or, like, 1 p.m. in the afternoon, you know, just random days, you know. But, yeah, I haven't done an evening stream in maybe 2 months, man. But yeah, and I appreciate the congrats. Fire School starts next month. As I said, I've been wanting to do this since I got out of the military, and I just kind of kept falling into like gigs and jobs and stuff like that, and just kind of got pretty comfortable. Started the channel, started doing a lot of freelance photography, freelance graphic design, started working for a company doing graphic design for them, making websites for them, and just kind of this goal that I've always had just started falling by the wayside. And with the pandemic and with a lot of freelance gigs that I had kind of drying up because those companies and the people that I were taking pictures for, you know, they're not really working either. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to use my GI Bill and pursue, because I'm not getting any younger. Yeah, I'm 34. Not getting any younger. Pursue the career that I originally was going to pursue. Oh, I run 4 miles a day. I'm at a 7:30 or 8 pace. That's my biggest thing. I'm a cardio hound, man. I love running. Yeah, I like working out. I'm a fan. I'm not one to sit around. I hate sitting around. I get antsy. I would rather like today, my daughter went down for an hour and a half nap, or a 2.5 hour nap. She went down for a 2.5 hour nap. I had already uploaded a video, and instead of just bumming around, I decided to work out for 2 hours. I weight bench and whatnot in the garage. I cannot just sit around. Cannot just sit around, you know. I get so goddamn antsy. But anyway, looking forward to it, Brad. It will be it'll be a challenge, and but you know, also like I was telling my wife that I just really miss the camaraderie of the Navy. I miss that kind of greater than yourself sense of fulfillment, you know. So I'm sure this will, you know, fill that I don't know what you call it. But yeah, anyway. Tom Jedi, thank you so much. Oh, nice. Final super chat of the stream. Is that a challenge? Nice. Tom, well, thank you for the true final super chat and channel support of the stream, man. Mr. Tom, challenge accepted. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Have a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas. All right, everybody. I got to get going. That was an hour and 41 minutes of a 1 hour live stream. How time flies. Got my legs kicked up on the desk. Listen to some tunes, shoot the shit with you guys, talking Star Wars, talking all sorts of random stuff. But all right, everybody. Cool. So to everybody who supported the channel through Super Chats, thank you guys so much. To everybody who shot the shit with me in the chat, I appreciate it, guys. Take it easy. If I don't see you before Christmas, have a great Christmas, man. Eat a lot. Be merry. Stay safe. Yeah, take a load off. You deserve it. All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Let's end it with a song that I've really been digging lately. All right, guys. That's it from me tonight. Go watch something. Maybe start Queen's Gambit. It's a hell of a show. Maybe you could watch The Crown if you haven't watched The Crown before. It's a fantastic show as well. In terms of movies, go watch The Right Stuff. I've probably been telling you to watch that for 10 years, damn it. Later, guys.